180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014, Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo.
Today we're going to go to the Channel Islands. You can get this from Xplane.org. I'll put a complete link in the bottom, but before you do that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and share the video. YouTube loves that kind of stuff. So, as I say, we've got to go to Xplane.org to get this, and I will put the link in the description below. And this has been created by somebody called Sherpavan, okay, Sherpavan. And the reason why he created this is because ORBX True Earth Great Britain South does not cover the Channel Islands. So he decided what he was going to do was create orthophoto scenery for the Channel Islands. Not only has he done that, but he's also done the airports. So we've got Alderney, Guernsey and Jersey Islands, and Alderney, Guernsey and Jersey airports as well, which is pretty good. And there are a huge number of libraries that you need to download. You can see the list of libraries there, which is ideal because they're in the link on the xplane.org. You can just download the libraries and everything will zing really nicely. Here you can see some pictures that he's got on xplane.org, but we're going to have a look what it's going to look like in the sim on my machine and on your machine. So, first place we need to go to, if I'm not mistaken, is Alderney. So let's have a look at Alderney. One of the islands of the Channel Islands. It's not very big. It's not the biggest island, but it does have a concrete runway as well as grass runways. Very popular for general aviation flights around the islands. And as you can see, the topography is really good here. It's managed to drape the orthophoto over the mesh, which is really, really good. Now, I'm not sure whether he's done a custom mesh. I'll be honest. I don't know whether he's done a custom mesh, but the orthophoto is ZL16, so that's zoom level 16, which is quite good. It's not the highest level. I believe zoom level 17 is the highest level, but it looks excellent. Far better than the default that you had for the Channel Islands. And as you can see, the coastline looks really good. Thought we'd pop up in the Cessna and have a quick fly around and see what it looks like from the air. It's a grass runway and a concrete runway as well, but here we are taking off the grass, really nice. And of course, being where the Channel Islands are, the weather is kind of nice all the time. We've just had cold weather here in the UK with recent snow, etc. I don't believe the Channel Islands ever gets any snow. It's a little bit south. It's closer to France than it is to the UK. And for those of you who don't know, the Channel Islands was the only part of the United Kingdom that was actually occupied by the Germans during World War II. They didn't have an easy time of it, and the people of the Channel Islands didn't have an easy time of it either. But the German soldiers who were there, I think they really enjoyed their time there. And as far as I know, many of them stayed after the war. But that's another story and that's another video. So here you can see lovely detail as we fly around, looking quite nice, and you know, I'm quite happy with this scenery. So it's a free software, and he doesn't profess for it to be 100% accurate, but he just wanted something to give back to the community and have made his sim what it is. So he's really quite happy. He also gives credit to TDG because it incorporates some of TDG's airports, etc. And the buildings, they're not 100% accurate, but if you get Sim Heaven Europe buildings, then that will actually help quite an awful lot. I think it's really, really good. I mean, it's free, so what more? You know, you don't need much more than that, do you? If it's free, it's free. So just a quick fly around the island there, and I think we're going to make a turn back towards the runway, the grass runway. I tend not to like landing on grass runways because, well, you know that all sorts of things can happen. But here we come. Just coming in for the landing onto the grass runway, and then we'll be going to, I believe, after Alderney, we'll be hopping off over to Jersey, which is a larger island, has a concrete runway as well as grass as well, and Jersey is probably the more popular destination, certainly from the UK. And in fact, if I remember rightly, there's a BATSIM event Fly to See Santa, no, not Fly to See Santa, Christmas shopping event that used to take place, that was managed by the controllers of the west area of the UK, but I don't know whether that still takes place. That's immaterial in actual fact. So, Jersey, as you can see, much larger island, got a lot more going for it. It is a very popular destination from the UK. Flybe used to fly here from Cardiff, I'm not quite sure. EasyJet probably flies here, and what's the name of that company? Alderney, I hope I've said that right. Aurigmy, Alderney Airlines, they fly here as well. As you can see, much larger, a lot more detail here on the orthophoto scenery because it's got a lot more going to it. It's a couple of large towns. St Helier is the largest town of Jersey Islands, the Channel Islands, and of course, got a proper airport there. If I recall, the Channel Islands actually are self-governing. Even though they're part of the United Kingdom, they are kind of self-governing. They have their own taxation system. And also, I think that the Channel Islands are a bit of a tax haven as well. A little like the Isle of Man. The Isle of Man is a tax haven. We know that. And I think the Channel Islands are as well. Absolutely beautiful. I don't think I've ever been, but I know my wife has been. She's been on holiday there when she was a kid, so I know that she went there and thoroughly enjoyed it. So here we come, 10-mile approach in the Boeing 737 Zevo, 10-mile approach into Jersey Airport. Lovely airport. I have flown here many times in a number of different aircraft. I've even flown VFR across the channel, and you use the VFR channel routes, which is a little bit scary because you're flying across water. So I've flown that. And I've flown from Exeter. That is a popular route, Exeter down to Jersey. Doesn't take that long to do it, but that's nice. Yeah. If you want somewhere different, fly to the Channel Islands. I'm going to have a little bit of music, and I'll be back when we turn up in Guernsey. Here we are then, Guernsey, the final destination in the Channel Islands, and Guernsey, once again, a little bit larger than our first island, and as you can see, a little bit more populated. Seems to be a bit more vegetation here on Guernsey as well, more trees, etc., which is completely accurate with the real world, thanks to the Orthophoto XP orthophoto scenery. Right, there's a bit of a tongue twister there. I like Guernsey, once again. What is really good is that you can fly from island to island. You just get yourself into a Cessna or something and just fly along from one island to the next. Absolutely fabulous. Nothing but good fun. So, what's my kind of opinion of this? Well, I think that this package is actually a good all-round package. Now, it was released yesterday at 11:43 a.m. So, 11:45 in the morning it was released. Already it's had 651 downloads. So that says that certainly a lot of people in the UK who maybe have the ORBX scenery are really happy that this has come along. And I'm going to give Sherpavan top marks for not so much the work he's done in that sense, but for his initiative, because he's shown some initiative here. Realised that there's a gap with the ORBX photo scenery for the UK, which was the Scilly Isles, and he's just gone ahead and created orthophoto scenery for the Channel Isles. You can see the islands there off in the distance in the kind of I'm not quite sure whether it would count as the channel, English Channel, or whether it's part of the Bay of Biscay. We'll have to figure out that, but whatever. It's not French, it's British, and it belongs to us as part of the United Kingdom and British Isles. So, 10-mile approach, some music, and then we'll get to the end of the video. Stand by. Well, you're coming towards the end of the video now, and I really hope that you found this video useful. Once again, this scenery has been created by Sherpavan. It's available on Xplane.org. I'll leave links in the description below, and make sure you give him a mention and say thank you. Absolutely excellent, well worth getting. Fills in that little gap between ORBX True Earth Great Britain South and the fact that the Channel Islands are missing. They're no longer missing, they're there. As always, my name is Wycliffe Barrett, Xplane dedicated. Whatever you do, keep safe out there. Remember, hands, face and space, and we'll see you all soon. Take care. Cheerio.